Hey everybody, it's Dave Juno, the Meniere's Disease Warrior. How y'all doing? I'm doing okay for Friday. So today I wanted to talk about SSDI because there's been questions on how to apply, if I can apply if my spouse has a disability, if I can apply if my husband or wife is working full time. Questions about ages and what happens if you come to a retirement age. So I figured I'd answer that stuff. I spent some time looking it up because I can't remember everything, and I've done quite a few videos on Social Security, but something not like this. So, how do you apply for SSDI? Well, there's a few ways you can do it. You can go to the you can go to the Social Security office and apply. You can go online to ssa.org and apply there and set up an account. It's very easy. It's not difficult to do. You can call a company like Allsup, ALLSUP. They can help you through the process, or you can get a lawyer from Head Start. And the one thing I would recommend is get a lawyer, okay, from the beginning, or reach out to a company like Allsup because they will help you, and they'll get you a lawyer too if you need one. And yes, they do take a percentage of whatever it is. Second thing is you cannot be working and apply for Social Security. You can't work. You have to be disabled. So if you're working, even if it's, a part-time or whatever, and you apply for SSDI, they're going to deny you right away because it looks like you're trying to scam them. And people do scam them. So that's one thing. You got to be not working at all to collect. To apply and collect. The second thing is the other thing is how hard is it to get it? And in a lot of cases with us with Meniere's, it's extremely hard because you have to, a lot of times, we don't look sick. And the thing is you got to you keep your journal. I say it constantly, keep a journal. So they know when you're having attacks, what's going on, blah, 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 blah. Two, your doctors have to be lined up, okay? If you go to like 3 different doctors and for different things, and you say, hey, I'm applying for Meniere's disease, you still have to list those other doctors. So you have to give them a heads up, hey, this is happening, I'm applying for Social Security, I can't work anymore because of the Meniere's disease. And make sure they're all lined up together. Because if they're not, if one doctor says, no, they can work, they're gonna deny you once, probably twice, and then you're gonna have to go to a hearing. And that's why, make sure you keep up with your ENT appointments and things like that. And you're doing what they tell you, the therapies and stuff, and keeping your journal because all that stuff's gonna help you in the end. Okay? And the difference between Social Security income and Social Security disability insurance is 2 different things. Okay, it really is because that is age. Now SSI or Social Security, insurance or whatever they call it. I think it's insurance or income. Social Security insurance is based on your retirement age when you retire. And work and that's it. It's based on when your retirement. SSDI is based on work credits. Okay? Work credits and disability. So if you're closer, if you're 65, you should just fill your retirement in. It's so much easier. You don't need to fill out a bunch of forms and get your doctors involved and all this stuff. You just apply and that's it. The other way, like if you're in your mid-30s, it's going to be hard because a lot of times people in their mid-30s don't have the work credits. So you're not getting denied because you have a disability. You're getting denied because you don't have the work credits. I know, it doesn't make sense to me, but that's what it is. And it's always been that way. It's not something that just happened when Donald Trump was president or Biden was president. It's the way it's been for a while since I think they stopped go when you could go in the doctor's office, when you could go into Social Security office back in the 70s and 80s and hand them a piece of paper. The doctor says you can't work anymore because you're disabled, and they write you a check, and this is the check you're going to get every month. They don't do that anymore. Now you got to go through a whole bunch of hula hoops. So one is based on just your simple retirement. The other SSDI is based on work credits and disability. So it's different. But if you have SSDI, like I have SSDI, when I turned 65, or actually when I turned 67, I believe, because that would have been my retirement age, when I turned 67, then it will move over to the retirement part of Social Security, and the money won't change, nothing will change, just the name of it. So that's another thing you got to look out for. You got to watch out for it, But yeah, if you're in your 30s, it's going to be hard. You really have to prove it. And you really have to, if you're in your 30s, get a lawyer. I mean, it's just going to be that much easier for you, less stress. And yes, I know there are circumstances that happen. And the funny part is, when it comes to SSDI, it goes state by state, and every state is different. Like some states, like Massachusetts has Mass Health. Okay. In some states, you can't have secondary insurance and Medicare. Massachusetts, I can have Medicare and Mass Health at the same time. So what one doesn't pick up, the other does. So I kind of never get a medical bill now, which is great for me. But that's how it works for me. The other question I saw too was, can I apply if my spouse is working full time? Yes, you can. Because it's not based on how much income comes into the house. It's based on how much income you bring into the house. So if your wife or husband is working full time, and you're working full time, and then you have Meniere's disease and you can't work full time anymore, you can apply for Social Security disability. Now, you don't have to take Medicare and all that stuff, but you can apply for disability insurance and get it. Okay, that's how I got it. My wife was working full time at that time, and I applied for it. And 2 years later, I got it, and I used my Medicare actually as secondary insurance, and was on her health plan. So it worked out a lot easier for me. But yes, you can, and don't let anybody tell you you can't. You can. But just remember, every state is different. I don't know the laws for all 50 states and territories in the United States, so don't ask me. That's something you have to look up on your own. And some of these things I talk about, you have to look up on your own. I can't answer them for you. And what was the last one? Yeah, the age difference I covered, because I saw a comment under one of my videos, because I said it's easier as you get older. So when you're 50 years old, 51, in your 50s, it's a lot easier to get it. Maybe not on the actual applying, like the first or second, but when you hit the hearing stage, it's actually a little bit easier for the hearing, because you're already closer to retirement. They're not going to train you to do something else at that age, because you've already been doing something, especially if you've been at a job for as long as I was. I was at a job for 30 years. So 30 years, it's going to be hard for me to do something completely different. So that's how I got it. So that makes it easier. But somebody had posted that I had an easier time at 52 than I did at 70. I don't know what that means. But the one thing I'm trying to assume what that means is you can't collect both. That's another question I've had before. Can you collect Social Security disability, then when you retire, collect your regular Social Security? No, you can't collect both, because what happens is when you hit 65, 66, 67, whenever your retirement age is, it converts to Social Security, regular Social Security. So can you? No. Okay? So it's like you can't be collecting Social Security disability insurance, and let's say at 62, because you can retire at 62. My wife did. So if you retire at 62, say you're going to retire at 62, collect those Social Security benefit, the regular Social Security, and think you and get your disability on top of that. No, you're not going to get that. It won't happen. You'll actually lose both. Okay. You'll lose the Social Security disability insurance, and then when you're 65, you'll get the other one. So yeah, you can't collect both. But I didn't understand what that meant. But if you're 67 and thinking about applying for Social Security disability, don't do it. Just retire. It's going to be a lot easier on you. It really will. And I think that's it. If I got any other questions, I'll do a video, or I'll amend this video if there's anything else I forgot. And also the one thing too is, because I want people to understand this, because I have a YouTube channel, right? If I monetize that channel and I make money, even if it's mere pittance, which you do, you don't make a lot of money with this stuff. I don't know why people think you do. I would lose my Social Security disability insurance. So the $20, $30 I'd make a month, or maybe $100 a month on views, because it's pennies. It's not dollars. It's pennies. Maybe 1 to 2 cents. I would lose my whole benefit over $100 a month. I'm not doing that. I will never do that. So you'll never have to worry about me making money on this channel. I never will. So on that note, I hope this helps some people and answers some questions. If you do have other questions, I have about 5 or 6, maybe 7 videos about Social Security on this channel. Go through them, look them up. Hearings, how to apply, what to do in a hearing, lawyers, whatever, that's there. But this is just because I saw so many posts today and through the week about Social Security disability and Social Security in general that I thought I would do this video. So on that note, have a great weekend if I don't make another video, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care.